Hey there, Kickstarter. It's Grant again. Maybe you saw me in our Kickstarter video. Maybe you saw me in our first live Q&A the other day. Maybe you're not actually seeing me right now because you're doing the dishes or something. That's fine. Whatever the case, among many other things, I'm the narrative director here at Longdue. We've got some really amazing people on the team. You saw some of them in our campaign video. You'll see some more of them today because we wanted to give you all a little insight into what's inspired us. We asked people on the team about their favorite moments from games, a twist they didn't see coming, a character that left a lasting impression, that kind of thing. I could talk about this for literally hours. When Rydia returns in Final Fantasy IV,
3 hours later,
suns and the controls actually change. Okay, might actually go on for hours. I have to stop. So yeah, let's see what the rest of the team has to say, including me. I didn't think to have an intro ready when we recorded me, so I'm going to show up in the middle of this montage, or who knows? We don't know what the order is going to be. Pretend that it's all seamless. We're all going on this journey together.
So my memorable thing is more of a character than a moment. It's actually two characters, and that's April Ryan and Zoe Castillo from the Longest Journey saga. The main reason why they still stuck with me to this day is the way they were written, because they were not these like aspirational heroes or these caricatures. They were literally just like humans. Like April Ryan is an aimless art student, and then Zoe Castillo is like a super depressed college dropout who had to move back in with their dad. They're just both very human characters. And so it just really opened my eyes to what storytelling could be, because when you put these people into a bigger like world-ending struggle, which is what they deal with, but they're so relatable, it just makes you connect with the story on a much deeper level. And so because of that, like I played both of those games probably 15 years ago or something at this point, and I still think about both the characters' endings like all the time, because it just feels much more impactful when they come to the end of their journey, and it's kind of this bittersweet thing. And because they are so much like, you know, myself and like many other people that I know, it just feels much more real and impactful. Yeah, I will forever remember those characters.
There was one level in a game called Thief 3 Deadly Shadows. This level always stood out for me because the story wasn't told in your face. It wasn't some voiceover or walls of text that you need to read that would tell you what was going on. As you walk through this creepy asylum / orphanage, small bits of story just got told to you, bits of paper that you read, reports from doctors, and just the small drips of information that come through that actually made the atmosphere and made the story more horrifying than they could actually make it themselves, because you were actually developing the story in your own mind. So much was told to you, but there was so much more to implied from what was told. And it's the first time I'd actually encountered something like that, where the story wasn't in your face, but you could learn so much and get this deep story and deep narrative and deep understanding just by little bits and pieces of lore scattered throughout the level, which really stuck with me.
One of the more emotionally powerful moments from my video games I remember is from the first Baldur's Gate. You start out at Candlekeep, and at some point you go back to Candlekeep. But Candlekeep is in a bad way when you get back. It's been infested by doppelgangers that are in some kind of an alliance with the game's big bad. They impersonate the people that were in the start of the game / demo, which you often go through multiple times. So it was specifically uncanny seeing them turn against you and taunt you in ways that were suggested by their previous dialogue.
So I have been playing RPGs since I was very small, and one of my favorite series has always been the Ultima series. When I was a kid, the virtues system that they had in that game were inspiring to me in ways that I had not really encountered before in my young life. One of my favorites, though, was Ultima 6, The False Prophet. And this is a story about the gargoyle world, and they were called demons before. And you're playing through the game. You've been hearing the Britannia theme for many games, and it's the song for the real world, Rule Britannia, and that plays whenever you go into Lord British's castle, and I think when you go in the town of Britain, et cetera, et cetera. And for the first time in this game, you hear the gargoyle theme, which is when you go to the gargoyle world. I think it's the underworld. I don't even remember what it's called, but you start to hear their theme for the first time, and it's a theme that you haven't heard before. But when you get to the ending of that game, and it's time for us all to learn our lessons, and the Lord British and I think Draxanusum is the name of the king of the gargoyles. They both come together to try to save the world, and they appear together to use the convex lens and the concave lens, I think they were called. When it finally starts working, these two songs play together, and it turns out the gargoyle theme is a counter melody to World Britannia. And when it plays together, I don't remember how old I was, but my mind was blown. Like, I didn't even know how much a counter melody I had experienced in my life up to this point. And seeing it in the video game was like, oh my God, I've never seen something like this before. And it really opened up my young mind into, understanding more how stories could be told, not just words on a page, not just, scrolling text on a screen, not damage numbers in combat and all the different ways you can tell stories, but like, you can use music to tell stories as well. And like these days, I think we sort of take that for granted, but back then it was a real mind-blowing moment, and it really cemented my love for a series that carried on for a little while until they maybe lost their way a little bit with Ultima's 8 and 9. But at the time, Ultima 6 really blew me away. Some of those are very familiar. Some of them were new to me, and I really do think we're going to add to that list with what we're making. We'd love to hear from you too. Drop your favorite moments in the comments or in our Discord, which you can join by clicking this or taking a picture of it. I don't know yet. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in Hopetown.